Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is Quotes 239. Today we have another one by Ben Franklin, and remember I have done a number by him, so if you like this one, you should go back and check the other ones. Like I say, I always think he has a good quote. But anyway, let's look at the quote for today. And here's the quote. Guests, like fish, begin to smell after 3 days. Okay, so what does he mean by this? What Ben Franklin is trying to warn you of is not to wear out your welcome. Yeah, that's another idiom or another phrase that we have in English too. We could say you could wear out your welcome. Like a lot of people like guests, they like people to come over, they like to have visitors, but there's always comes a point where maybe a guest is staying too long. So, and if you stay too long, then you could be wearing out your welcome. It doesn't even have to be an overnight guest to wear out their welcome. Somebody could go to like a party, and all the guests are going home, and this one guest is just not leaving, and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. You might try to give him hints. Maybe it's time to go. But of course, here we are talking about like overnight guests. That's what he's talking about. So let's look at it again. A guest, like fish, begin to smell. To begin to smell meaning you start to not like it anymore after 3 days. Well, again, I don't know if it has to be 3 days. Ben Franklin is probably letting you know that 3 days is probably just about right for everybody. That everybody has that much patience, or 3 days should satisfy most people. They can handle 3 days. Maybe beyond that, well, then it depends on the people, depends on the guests. Yes. All right. So anyway, let's continue. Let's continue with the note here. Now, of course, many people would be happy to have some guests beyond 3 days. Yeah, definitely. There are cases like that. But 3 days is a point where almost all guests wear out their welcome. Whether it is 4 days or 5 days or a week or 2 weeks or maybe even a month, who knows how long somebody might stay, there will be a point where the visit should be over. Sometimes the host will try to keep a happy face, or sometimes we say keep up appearances, smile, because, maybe they're trying to be a good host. They're trying to keep their guests very happy. Okay, so let's continue. But inside their mind, or inside them, maybe, I don't know, maybe they might start getting annoyed at little things after about 3 days, or after a week or so. There may be a point where they wish the visit would be over. Okay. They may wish for the comfort of privacy. Yeah, even if it's guests you like, usually you do give up some privacy. I don't know, you may not want to walk around in your underwear or whatever it is. Maybe you just like some peace and quiet after a while too. That is often sacrificed with guests, or all the extra effort you go through to satisfy, or all the extra effort they go through to satisfy their guest. Yeah, so there may be a point where you're getting a little tired. You kind of wish it was, just a normal family. Either you, if you live by yourself, or just your family that you're very comfortable with, that you live with all the time. There may come a point where you just kind of want to go back to that, where it's more relaxing. So anyway, that's basically what Ben Franklin is warning you about. It's great to visit people. It's great to have a good time. And like I say, the time could be a lot more than 3 days, but there's always a point where it's maybe too much. And he's warning you, don't let it get to that point. Because, it's like they begin to smell like, oh, God, I wish they'd just go. That's basically what he's letting you know. Anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it's clear. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.